Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Darksiders 2. Please subscribe and click the notification button. So we should just trigger a cutscene here by activating this, in which we'll walk through. Odd. No cutscene this time. Seems funny that it triggered a cutscene before and it didn't this time. And is anybody going to even attack me? So the question really comes down to is, we walked out of this door before, so why was it so important for us not to be able to walk back through this area? Was it just to keep everything nice and tidy, or was there some real reason to it? We now have 2 bits of the Animus stones, which will cause the statues to turn and unlock the 3rd door. Maybe somebody will attack me. Yeah. Maybe somebody will attack me also. Let's see, is this a way up or a way down? We spent the last bit of the last recording, upgrading our new weapons, which is a very good confirmation that we need more weapons, we need more money to get more weapons. This loot-based game is not going to stop being a loot-based game. I assume that we'll probably find a point in which we can beat all of the enemies, even the secondary ones, as long as we continue to play along without having to do any major grinding or anything like that. I've increased my resistance, so we saw some fire archers, but let's try this mace that we just got. Let's see. I can totally win. These guys seem like they're double attacking, which is interesting. I'm supposed to get a little health on crits, and I'll probably get a lot of critical hits. Now they've put things up here that even if I were to break them, if they're gonna drop items, they would have to drop the items somewhere where I could actually hit them. Let's see. Not that one, not that one. Nice bit of physics there. Be kind of nice for a modern game if these candles could be blown out. If they were dynamically lighting the room and they could be blown out. Of course, when this game came out, that's a little extra that you would not even bother to even expect. It wouldn't really change or add too much to the game. I'm trying to shoot every skeleton I see in a cage, just for the fun of it. We've already done a puzzle like this where the bridge is down and we have to lift the bridge. So I assume maybe this is going to be an alternate take on the previous puzzle. I could use a higher guilt drop. but I'm not at a level where I feel like experience is the wrong move. I mean, I don't know what this game would have to do. I don't know what any game would have to do to convince me that experience wasn't the most valuable currency in a game. Besides simply max leveling my experience. So if I get to level 20 and it says you can't get any more experience at this point, yeah, at that point I would start replacing all my equipment to increase my gold drop. Which then would help me afford to purchase more weapons. And there might even be a way, if you played this game enough, you'd probably have to grind a ton. There might be a way where you purchase like every weapon in the shop and use it to level up your weapons as high as they can go. I suppose since you can only level up a weapon 5 times, like at a certain point this loot game doesn't even really work as a loot game. Borderlands also had that issue where you were limited in the number of slots of items you could carry. It was not a good system, in my opinion. I don't think anybody really liked it. I don't think it did anything to improve the experience other than making you run back to vending machines in the middle of missions. There you go. So my arcane is now refilled. This is a nice level of enemies for fighting something skeletons. That's the amount of skeletons I would like to fight. Maybe even a little bit more. Now, maybe if I was playing this on anything higher than easy, that would have been a struggle too. But I don't remember it ever being one. Although I may have played this game on easy the previous time too. The first time I played it. I wouldn't put it past myself to... I never really had a large interest in trying to prove my skill by playing a game and making it more difficult. Okay. I see what we're doing here. We've got this throne with the spinny, and we're going to use the death grip to not kill ourselves. Yeah, if we can avoid that, so that we can grab that, and then we can just throw that, and we can just stand here, and there we are, we're on the other side. Let's go ahead and re-equip our gun, although it isn't actually our gun. I suppose it's Pestilence gun. A lot of not animating things. And we're not in that position like we were before, where every dungeon in Forgelands looked like it was opening up to the outside world. These feel like proper underground dungeons. And now we've got a new enemy. Did we need to see a cutscene on top of a cutscene? I probably should just heal, and let's just go ahead and try our regular attack on this guy. he's dead. Why is he turning into dust? Like that? That was a little particularly colorful. So earlier, we were running into a scenario where we had dozen almost health, like, yeah, it was almost a dozen health vials that we walked by. Maybe I'm overestimating it. Maybe it was only 7 or 8, but it was a very high number. And now that I could use a health vial, none are to be found. Looking to see if there's any other skeletons around here. That coin just fell into the void and came over here. It's not like these things are dropping large amounts of coins, though. There's still very much a tiny pittance. Yeah, I guess you could have majorly improved this game just by doubling the amount of gold, ensuring that you get an item every single time. Let's see what happens here. I guess you just kind of had to timer that. There's really no reason to go back in there, is there? Doesn't seem like it. So we'll probably end up fighting somebody on the way back. We should look at the map. If I can find the map. Let's see. How much of this map? There's this upper ledge that we should probably go investigate before we fight. Like, it's on the map and we haven't been there. Everywhere else we've been. This is a quicker experience than the first two things, but notice there was a load and then a load. Alright. Alright. We are here. It says there's another one even higher. Hey, look at that. Apparently, if you don't get close to something, you don't know that there's a chest there on the map. Interesting music playing right now. Well, I didn't think I could have gotten up all the way here. It doesn't seem like I can. Interesting. No, I can. Interesting. So I'm imagining like a Book of the Dead page or something. It would be so nice if you could do a better job of free roaming this stuff. Wander around, find all the little secrets. Like, See, I just saw something was up here, so I have to figure out how to get up to run this way. How did I miss so much? I guess I was just not fully considering it. And there's another treasure chest on the other side. And it looks like there's something here. Let's save ourselves some frustration and do that. Can't go any higher, can we? And there's no reason to dive off. So it is over here. And then wall run. For yet another collectible. Nice. So then I have to find another way up. I'm hoping that there's not something up here. But it does seem like they've intentionally just hidden quite a bit. Oh, is this a run up the wall and bounce back? It should be, but it isn't. Alright, well. I'm gonna have to run all the way around the other direction. Yeah, it's still quicker to run around than it is to jump down, go through a hallway, use the stairs. Let's just make sure where we are and like make sure there's no extra high location. A lot of, see, there's that visual darkness glitch. Did the door just open? Like even right next to it, you see that those pixels are just not lining up the way they should. And I guess that's it, because like if I was to run here, that's not really doing anything. We could certainly look at our inventory if we can figure out how the system works. We may have enough now to upgrade something, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. Let's look at, mark these as red. So we've got this possessed mace, and I'm not sure we're ever going to actually use this level 17 Mace Maximus. Let's see, upgrade this. I could do ice damage, then give it defense and arcane, defense, defense. These little bits of defense, though, I don't think are going to put it up high enough. Let's see. Defense and strength, sacrifice. Defense, sacrifice. Defense. Like, maybe I shouldn't even sacrifice those things. That doesn't put it high enough, and these little two things won't put it up high enough either. The only thing that would increase it would be arcane and wrath, which, I mean, I guess I can do that. And then this is ice damage. And maybe I could... Like, that's really what I wanted, was ice damage. Then if I fed it this one, it would be done. If I fed it this one, it would be done. If I fed it this one, so... Like, this increases our damage, increases our piercing damage, increases that. So do I want 84 defense? Or do I want strength of 21, which I don't really know what that is. I wanted it to have ice damage, but that wasn't apparently even one of the 4 options. So I guess I need to be more careful to only sacrifice things that I want to show up. Probably the first 4 abilities you have are the things that are going to really be the options that you can equip. So here we go. I guess we're ready for the boss fight as best as we can be. So let's just find a ledge we can jump off of. Let's assume that works. Sure. And then we're going to run this way and resurrect this guy, who we were somewhere between an hour and a half attempting to try and fight this guy. Like, and he doesn't look anything like what you would have thought seeing that skull. You would have thought the skull himself would have I don't know if I'm supposed to be using Death Grip or something else. I imagine the first part of this is don't get hit. But I'm not sure about the second part of this. Let's see. What level is he supposedly at? Is that 12? Like, I don't see a life bar on him. So like, I don't know if I'm hurting him at all. Like, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be somewhere close or somewhere far away from him. Like he's slowly destroying this whole area. But I couldn't tell you if that was what's supposed to happen or what. We got a steaming pile of bones. And like, he's not really hurting me. My defense is too high. Like, neither one of those seems like they're doing anything. There we go. That's what we needed to do. So we needed to grab him and wait until he decides to crash into something, I assume. Again, why did the game not explain that to me? Like, we're doing another one of the Nintendo style, there's a trick to this game fights with no explanation, no indication really that that's what you wanted. Uh, so I'm having to use the left trigger to lock onto him and then grab him, if I can do that. Which, arguably, it's sort of working, sort of not. Now, I don't have time really to go into... Oh, so now he's regaining his body. Like, I really don't have time to go into the Reaper form. So, let's try this. Let's see how Reaper form works. Like this. And seems like I can almost halfway kill him. But he seems to be regaining health too. So I don't know what's going on here. I used a health thing. Let's see what happens when I use some necromancy. How do you like that? Oh, they're just gonna go fight the wall, apparently. So let's try this again. Let's see if these guys will actually hit him now. Yeah, well. I feel like I've probably... Like, he just regained a bunch of health. Again, I don't know what he's doing to do that. Is that just because the game needs it to happen, or because I'm not doing something right? There's my second vial of health. Yeah, he's just gaining health back. So there's some other trick to this. Like, his skeleton body needs to be broken up, and then maybe I can do this. Like, is he going to keep his body this time? Or is he, like, am I supposed to be hitting him, or am I supposed to be dodging him? Like, he's got some lightning attacks, but it seems like I could probably take him out this time. He's about to go. No. There is still a system here where I need to break out his body. I really have to question the purpose of a life bar if you're gonna just lie to me and continuously raise it and make it so blatantly obvious. So now we have a skull. The golden skull, the prize you sought from the gilded arena. Which, all I wanted was a skull. And I'm at about 50,000 gold, which would be nicer if I was closer to 100. These sites bear distinctive markings of the Four Horsemen, known as the Chaos Fangs. These sites reap the heavy toll amongst the enemy foolish enough to challenge death. In many ways, the Chaos Fangs resemble the weapon of the Horseman war, the infamous Deadly Chaos Eater. So they've given me probably another DLC weapon. And if I was to come over here and equip it, it's just like less damage, and it would decrease our resistance and attack by quite a bit, but it's 20% critical chance and 200 damage. So I mean, that's almost worth trying for a second. We also have this Pathfinder Shroud, which is nothing. This, which is not gonna work, and the Golden Skull, which is animated certainly differently in the menu than anything else. How are we on experience? We're kind of nowhere. Man, that is a big change in defense and resistance if I don't use the possessed double size, so I would never really use the Chaos Fangs. Map wise, we assume we've been everywhere and done everything. I guess what they'd want us to do is just fast travel out of here. I guess that's what we can do. Where are we as far as quests? Like, we really haven't gotten any. So I could just fast travel straight to this trainer, to the Eternal Throne, and not have to walk. The game hasn't really reminded us that we could do that. We still need to find 7 pages of the Book of the Dead, Chapter 2, and probably about 27. How are we on Mystic Stone Bites and all of that? Well, we have 18 of 34 of the Mystic ones and 7 of 25 of the Power ones, so there's still quite a few around. We've just barely passed the 15-hour mark in this game, which honestly this experience should have happened somewhere around the 7th hour mark, and we are just a couple minutes, a minute and a half maybe, below the 1 hour and 30 mark that we've actually spent in combat. I'm also seeing we're not getting any abilities anytime soon. That's a little frustrating. We're 3 levels away from being at the highest level that I see anything wants it to be at, level 20. I don't know if there actually is a max level or not. And we're another 30 minutes done. This 30 minutes, not too bad, because it was mostly just cleanup of finding collectibles and fighting this boss. The boss isn't great, still not really telegraphing or explaining what it wanted me to do. Again, if they just wrote some lines of dialogue of death and he just talked to himself and said he's regaining health, he's immune right now, I have to separate his the worm from the body, anything like that would have been helpful. To just saying it even once at the beginning of every fight would have been fine. They definitely shouldn't have been refilling the life. That's a disappointing, irritating way of doing that. Most games instead would just stop the health from going down any further. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.